Turnitin is provided as a central service for all staff at Queen Mary to use. Individual staff and departments use it in a range of different ways in their assessment processes.
The students upload their essays, we upload any articles that they've used to write their essays, and then we can use the originality reports to see how much of their work is their own work and how well they've paraphrased.
Our research and teaching support officer looks at the submissions and creates a spreadsheet with all the student ID numbers, and then against the student ID numbers we record the similarity index that Turnitin measures, which is the means of telling whether or not the piece of work might be plagiarised. So we then rank that list so that we've got the students with the highest Turnitin similarity index scores at the top down to the lowest, and we pass that list then on to the person who's grading the piece of work so that they're aware of the scripts that may well be plagiarised.
We check in each individual student submission. We look at the overall similarity index, and if it's 25% or above, we will then investigate it further to look at the two top sources. Now, if those two top sources are then 25% again or above, we will then forward those on to our academic assessment offence officer, who will then investigate it further, and they will obviously judge it based on academic practices.
One of the key decisions to be made when using Turnitin is whether or not to allow students to see the originality reports for their own work. Some believe this could train students to avoid detection, but many view these reports as useful tools to help students learn about plagiarism and academic writing.
I think there are some colleagues who feel a little bit uncomfortable about Turnitin as an overt policing mechanism for looking for student misconduct. And that can be overcome if you set it within the context of broader training in how to reference accurately and why that matters in an academic discipline.
Rather than think of it as a sort of way of policing a student's essay, think about it as helping the student ultimately, and also saving you quite a lot of time.
Turnitin does generate a lot of data, and staff may worry that using it will increase their workload.
It's speeded up a very lengthy process. To manually go through 1,500 word essays that have all used the same 6 sources, and to really pull out the places in which they've copied, paraphrased badly, or just cited incorrectly can be really time consuming as a teacher. Turnitin can help us do that very quickly.